So in this video tutorial, I'll be explaining to you the basic principles behind a typical shape of a production possibility frontier. Now, if you guys remember in the lecture, we talked about the shape, the concave shape, and generally a production possibility frontier would have this concave shape. What's the purpose of this shape? Why does it look like that? Well, let's look at an example. Suppose we had a company, and that construction company was able to produce one of either two products. So let's say the first product, houses, second product, roads. Let's also assume that the company initially specializes in road construction. So this is your first point, point A. This is your second point on the frontier, point B. This is the third point, point C, and then finally point D. So let's analyze these points. At point A, this is the initial point, so the starting point. This is where the company fully specializes in producing roads. So all the resources that the company has, all these resources are allocated towards producing roads. And let's say that the company is able to produce 3 roads because of this allocation. Now what happens when we move from point A to point B? So what's basically happening is that the company is now allocating some resources towards producing houses. So at point A we had 0 houses being produced. Now at point B, say we have 50 houses that are being produced. But in order to produce these houses, we had to lose a single road. So now we're only able to produce 2 roads instead of 3. So you can see that there exists a trade-off. In order to gain this 50 houses, the company had to lose out on a single road. Again, point C, we're losing an additional road, and in return we're gaining 40 houses, so this becomes 90. And then finally at point D, companies allocating all its resources towards the production of houses, and we have 0 roads that are being produced. So what you can notice is that as we move along the curve from point A up to points B, C, and D, what's happening is that the slope of the curve, so the slope at this point, it's almost vertical. Slope at this point looks something like that, and then point C, and then finally it's absolutely horizontal at point D. What's happening to the slope? Is that it's flattening out as we move up the curve. And the reason for that is because as you allocate resources, so initially the company was fully specialized in road construction at point A. As you allocate more resources at point B towards houses, these resources are not as effective in producing houses as they were when it came to road production. And so this is why you notice that decrease in the slope from a vertical slope initially, where it becomes flat at point D, so basically 0 slope. It's because of the reduced productivity of the specialized resources that were originally specified for producing roads, and at point D now they became allocated towards producing houses. So it's all got to do with the fact that you're losing out on productivity due to specialized resources being allocated to produce a different product. And this is something that you observe across other products as well. So it's not only for houses and roads, but we can see it also for other construction products that we talked about in the lecture.